Gimel Mishnah Vov. We now come to quite a meaty Mishnah. A few very important yesodas here. We're dealing with a kli which is made up of different materials, different parts to it. We've mentioned this before, and the main rule is that when you have a kli made up of a composite material, a mixture of wood and metal, for instance, then how does one determine what's the ikka, whether it's a kli 8 or a kli mateches? The basic rule is, according to the Rishonim, you go according to what's called the part of the kli which is the oiseh hamalocha, the one which actually does the function. And the Mishnah says it like this: Eitz hamashamesh es hamateches tomei. We're talking about the eitz part is not able to be makabel tuma. For instance, it's a pshute kli eitz. It hasn't got a base kibble. So where the eitz is mishamish the mateches, that means the eitz is auxiliary to the metal, then it has a din of kli matches, and tomei, the kli is tomei. Mateches hamashamesh es eitz, if it's the reverse, that the mateches is actually secondary and auxiliary to the eitz, and the eitz being a pshute kli eitz. Therefore, the whole thing is Torah, and the Mishnah is giving us some examples. Keitzad. Now, the Mishnah is going to tell us examples of two cases with composite materials. One is a key, and the other one is a ring. With a key, you have the base of the key, which is a straightforward piece of wood, and the piece of wood has a small base kibble. It actually has a little slot into which one slots. Literally, it says the word pin, and in English, same word in English, little pins made out of metal. So, let's look at this keli. The wooden key, actually, is called a pshute kli eitz, and in itself would not be makabel tuma. You may say, why is it a pshute kli eitz? It's got a little receptacle, a little base kibble in which you slot the pins. There's different answers the Rishonim give why the key is not regarded itself as a kli eitz with a kibble. One of the reasons is because a kli eitz, to have a base kibble, the item which it is makabel is transportable. In other words, it's portable. The thing gets taken in and put out, taken in and put out. However, this one is there, it's fixed in permanently. Known as a base kibble osula malos. It's a bit like when you have the uprights of a ladder and you have a hole in the upright into which you stick the rung. That's not a base kibble because the rung is there to be fixed and stays there. It's not taken in and out. There's other reasons why this isn't a base kibble. Let's not discuss this at this point. The main point of the Mishnah is, in these two cases, the Mishnah actually makes a difference between the case of the key and the ring. Let's look at it. Pesach HaShalet, the actual key, the base of the key is made out of wood and is therefore a kli eitz poshut, not makabel tuma. Va'pin shelo shel mateches, the little teeth, the pins, are made out of metal. Afilu achas, even if only one of the pins is made out of metal and the rest is made out of wood, tameo. The whole thing goes according to the teeth, according to the pinim. This is because this Mishnah holds that the main part of the key, the part which does the function, is the pin. Even if one is tomei, we'll see later on in the next Mishnah, that we have a group of important things like teeth or prongs of a fork. Because they all equally do the malacha, every one is as important as the other one. Therefore, as soon as one is metal, that's enough to make the whole kli a kli matches. Says the Mishnah the other way around, Pesach HaShol mateches. However, if the base of the key is made out of metal, Va'pin shelo shalet, the pin is made out of wood, and the pin themselves, of course, pshute kli eitz, therefore the whole thing goes according to the pin, and it's tahira. However, in the case of the ring, it's the other way around. Now we've got a tabal shel mateches, we have a metal ring, a gold ring, for instance. V'chosim shelo, the signet part, shel almoig, is made out of coral. Now coral comes from the sea, it's created by a little sort of fish that produces this material which hardens and turns coral itself is tohor because anything that comes from the sea is tohor. The Rishonim discussed the fact that in the Pasuk it's called Atzei al Moigim, and therefore there's a possibility that maybe it's a type of wood. But basically, coral is tohor. Therefore, we have a ring made out of one material, the Tomei material, the metal, and the signet made out of coral. Says the Mishnah here, we go according to the ring, not according to the signet to Meah, because the Ikka is the ring. The other way around, if the ring is made out of coral, but the chosim, the bit which you stamp, which you seal with, is made out of metal, tahora, because the ikka again is the ring. So here we have a difference. In the case of the key and the pins, we go according to the pins, not according to the ma'amid, the base, the thing which holds them together. In the case of the ring, we go according to the ring, the base, the bottom bit, and not according to the seal, which is the one which actually does the maser of making a stamp. This is a very big sugya, which we're not going to discuss now, whether we go hakol halechacha ha-ma'amid or hakol halechacha ikka ha-maser. The Chazon Ish says that really this Mishnah holds that the main thing is hakol halechacha oisa ha-maser. However, the Chachamim decided in the case of the key and the pin, it's the pin that does the maser. And in the case of the ring and the signet, although it's the signet that makes the form, it's the ring that does the actual stamping and the pressure, and therefore the ikr is the ring. I'm not exactly clear what this difference actually is. But this is what the Mishnah says. And the Mishnah finishes off. Hashein shebetas shebepoisachas shebemafteach tmea bifnei atzma. Again, different ways of learning this Mishnah. The way about Tanura is based on the Rash, that the Pesachas and the Mafteach is different, in this case, the Tas Sheba Pesachas and the case of the Shein Sheba Mafteach is different from the Pesachas mentioned in the Reish of the Mishnah. These teeth are not like the teeth of the Reish where they're just little teeth stuck into the base of the key. These teeth are actually bigger teeth, and they actually have a more of an identity of their own right. They actually don't always stick into one key. They actually, you take them out of one base, put them into another base. The base is just there to hold the teeth. But the teeth are actually the ikka osa hamasa, and therefore you go according to the teeth. And therefore these teeth, even when they are by themselves, single, each teeth is considered to be a kli matros in its own right. And that's Mishnah Vav. We've got two more Mishnahs.